What is up, everybody? It's your boy Rogue here. So, OCG players are freaking furious with Konami, specifically OCG hero players. And this has been going all over Twitter. I recently just found it on Zodiac Duelist. And apparently the reason why they're furious is because they're finally sick of heroes getting the shaft when it comes down to anime type of decks. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of players saying, well, Blue Eyes didn't get any good support, and Dark Magicians aren't getting good support. While that may be true to a small degree, I don't remember the last time Heroes made it to Worlds. I'm pretty sure it happened, but it's been a long freaking time. But Blue Eyes went to Worlds like, what, 2014, 2015? And as a hero player myself, been playing the deck consistently since the Masked Hero deck inception. The deck has pretty much been the same. A lot of hero players really didn't start complaining until Konami did the Suda set, which is the Supreme Darkness that we're going to get into TCG in January, which gave us new Evil Hero cards. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say that Evil Hero cards are bad. They're not bad. The new boss monster, his effect pretty much reads, when he's special summoned, he can pretty much snatch steal a monster. And then anytime a hero monster on the field is sent to the graveyard, you can snatch steal a monster from the opponent. That's really freaking good. But on the other end, the next set after that, Agnisters get their support. Their boss monster pretty much says, when he hits the field, special summon as many as you can, like what, level 3 or rank 3 or however that works, to zones it points to, and then you can essentially tribute one to Omni Negate. Bruh, I think it's clearly easy to see which card is the better card. So a lot of the hero players made complaints. It's pretty much saying, in short, in TCG player terms, they had like long paragraphs, picture up on the screen, of course, and obviously I'm gonna use it in the thumbnail as well because I think it's a pretty good picture of just them pretty much saying, hey, the hero cards are underpowered, and when you compare it to the Agnister stuff, it's just not that good. And this kind of like went semi-viral on Yugioh Twitter and the OCG, which is where I got the information from. My take on it is, I'm frustrated with them. Heroes, like I said, has been pretty much having the same playstyle since 2015. If you go first, your inboard's gonna be Dark Law, with maybe some backup pass. If your opponent can out the Dark Law, you pretty much lose. In 2015, around the time like Necros and Burning Abyss was a really good decks, Dark Law and Heroes was a really good rogue deck. It was really good, and I almost topped Nats that year. I got like 69th, which is the biggest frustrating thing of my life. However, with that being said, there were a lot of hero players that did good that year. I think one of them did top Nats that year, and there were a bunch of hero players that top YCSs that year. And then throughout the years, Heroes has progressively gotten better with the Destiny hero support, which eventually gave us DPE, Fusion Destiny, the Vision hero stuff that gave us access to the Trinity. Trinity OTK was pretty popular and was a popular rogue deck around 2020 when the lockdowns first happened. Players that usually don't even play Heroes was picking that deck up and playing it at locals because you could easily OTK with Trinity, with Vision Hero Trinity. But in comparison to like other decks, the power level was just not up there. In my opinion, Heroes definitely need a Link 1, and they definitely desperately needs a easy way to bring out the Contrast Hero Chaos card. There's many different hero cards that we haven't even gotten released from the anime / manga that are like main deck masked heroes. It's like Konami just kind of forgot that the masked hero archetype is a legitimate archetype, because the last few times they updated heroes, it was really for the extra heroes, which was the Link monster, like the extra hero that adds the Neos from deck to the hand. They gave us the Cross Crusader, which goes to the Destiny heroes. But they also gave us Wonder Driver, which was a big boost for combo plays in the near future, even though it wasn't that good on release. And of course, we had double polymerization. They keep giving us alternate art, and a lot of the evil hero stuff is really good. It helps the deck spam to the field, but Hero's biggest issue is it's bricks. Like, you have to run polymerization, miracle fusion, a lot of the dark fusion stuff now, on top of all this other hero engines to make the deck somewhat viable. And like one of the OCG guys said in the OCG, and I probably have the on the screen right here, hero decks are pretty much 50 to 60 card decks, and yeah, you can kind of squeeze all the engine in and make the deck work, but at the same time that hurts consistency. And on top of that, when you draw your bad hands, you're going to draw your bad hands. Now, there haven't really been much debate and or frustration from us TCG hero players because we're kind of just used to getting the shaft from Konami. Like back in 2015 when we got the Master Hero Structure deck, Elements of Hero Stratos was still banned in the TCG. Whereas in the OCG, Stratos was alive and well, and they had their full Master Hero deck with Stratos and Heroes was topping left to right in the OCG. They might not have won, but they're always topping. Now in the TCG nowadays, Heroes do okay. The only thing about the hero deck is it's extremely hard to pilot and it's severely underpowered compared to everything else, which is what makes it a rogue deck. But like I said, I'm a part of the Hero Facebook group. I do okay with Heroes at locals from time to time. I just won a locals like a month ago with it. But there's players who top their locals consistently with their builds, and that's mainly because they play Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. And on top of that, they have different strategies and find out something that works for them. And then also as well, you got to factor in different locals have different players. And depending on what locals you go to, just like in my city, there's competitive locals and there's casual locals. And then there's locals where you just might have the good players not show up that one day. So results may vary with no matter what hero lists do well. That goes for me too. So I definitely understand the OCG players' frustration with wanting heroes to get treated better as an archetype. But at the same time though, in Konami's defense, I researched it a little bit before I started this video. The Adagnister, I don't think it was a main deck character in the anime, because the Adagnister comes from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, and the main character, I forgot his name, but he used Cyberse. Adagnisters, I think it's either one of the villains. It's a side character archetype, so typically those archetypes typically do well when they come over to the TCG, but all the main character decks for the most part don't really do that well. Like, for example, the best Cyberse deck for the longest was Salamangreats. Back in the DM era, the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes decks, they were there, but no one really played those decks consistently. I remember when I was a kid, people would do the Lord of the D, Flute of Summoning Dragon, bring out Blue Eyes, and if they get the combo off, they win, but 9 times out of 10, they probably lost already just due to the Gemini Elf beatdown, Injection Fairy, things like that. So this has been a pretty consistent thing with main character archetypes for a while. Jaden is a main character from the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime, and a lot of us hero players feel like, okay, why can't heroes get the same love that Yugioh got? Yugioh is arguably one of the best decks in the game right now. Even currently, Yugioh Fiendsmith is a tier 1 deck, and Yugioh is a main character deck. Even though when you look at the anime, Jaden kind of went on like a side quest, Yugioh was like a side deck, and eventually he went back to Elemental Heroes. So it just seems like Konami just has an issue with promoting main character decks, which I think is the dumbest thing from a marketing standpoint in general. Like, I didn't go to business school, but I did go to college, and I think it'd just be common sense if Konami just gave us an OP Blue Eyes deck, OP Dark Magician deck, OP Hero deck, and put them on the same tier as these other decks like we have, like Malice and Ryzel that are currently going to get released in Crossover Breakers, and like how we have the Fire decks going around right now. So I mean, you would think Konami would want to float those archetypes in and out of the format just to be competitive, but they don't. Every once in a while, they give us bones to make the archetypes tier 2 at best. Like, I know Blue Eyes got support coming out that's going to make it like a tier 2 deck. And like I said, Heroes is still a solid rogue deck. It's tier 2 at best. But based on what the OCG players are saying, and based on what I'm seeing in the TCG, all of us hero players are extremely frustrated. Heroes just need 2 or 3 cards and they need a way to change the actual way the deck is played, because the biggest complaint from the OCG hero players and the TCG hero players is Heroes is outdated with their text. Why does every freaking hero card has to get locked within its own archetype? Like, for example, I go Fusion Destiny, I'm locked in the Dark Heroes. Why doesn't it just lock me into hero monsters for the turn? When Crosskeeper came out, it would have been a fantastic card in the hero deck, but it's not named Elemental Hero Crosskeeper, and it's not always treated as a hero card. It's just a card that supports the hero deck. Could you guys imagine if Crosskeeper would have been treated as an E-hero? You could search out the E-call. That would have been insane for the hero deck. And even though we kind of pseudo got a negate in the form of the Evil Hero trap card, that doesn't counteract what we currently have with all the other decks going around, especially the Cyverse card that literally is going to be easy to bring out and is an Omni again that can link climb into. So to wrap this video up, I'm kind of just saying the same thing in different ways. Hero players all over, whether it be the OCG and the TCG, is kind of frustrated with how Heroes are played. And that's not because Heroes is not a decent deck. It's more because we just want the deck to do better, and that's not hard to do better. Konami, give us a Link 1 that's a masked hero. Instantly, Heroes goes up a tier to tier 1. So you can link off your Shadow Mist off the normal summon. You just open up Shadow Mist by itself, search out your Vion, link climb off your Link 1 into a freaking whatever, like Cross Crusader or whatever. Miracle Fusion out your freaking Contrast Hero Chaos. You have an Omni Negate right there consistently. But no, Konami won't do that because I guess they scared that Heroes is going to be one of the better decks. And I built a Contrast Hero Chaos hero deck that's way more combo heavy, but it's definitely doable via, what's that freaking card called? Mass Charge. Like, you just have to open up like a 3-card combo to bring him out consistently on turn 1. And when you bring him out, he's not that OP. He's good, but it's not that OP. It just brings Heroes slightly up a peg. But in today's climate with 20 to 15 hand traps, you even got people like Triff Gaming running a freaking 30 hand trap deck. Like, you're just not gonna get those combos off consistently. So yeah, I feel those hero players in the LCG. So man, if you guys are a hero player or if you guys just like this video, hit the subscribe button for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. Also, be sure to check out my description to buy your Yu-Gi-Oh products and my sponsor, Yu-Gi-Oh Mint. You can save 7% with my code ROGUE7 in the description down below. Man, I just got tongue-tied right there. I don't know why. The hero guys are choking me. Or maybe that's the Cyber's guys. Anyway, man, it's your boy Rogue. I'm signing out. I just thought this was an interesting story to talk about. It seemed like hero players all over the world are just freaking frustrated with the deck that we love to play the most. Jaden needs more justice and Heroes need better support because we're tired of the hero deck playing the exact same way. It's literally just set up a mediocre board with Dark Law, DPE. If we could sack it out, Plasma, that's not even protectable versus everything else. It just can't compete on a really good level. And we want it to compete 10 times better, and or we just want the deck to play a little differently than it has been playing. It's been relying on too many different engines at once, and we're tired of everything kind of locking itself out within its own archetype. That's like the biggest complaint the OCG players have been having, and the TCG players as well. Well, anyway, man, it's your boy Rogue, and I'm signing out. Peace. See you guys in the next video.